Hello fans of the UPEI men's hockey program. It's great to be back in the rink once again as your host for Panther Primer in this upcoming hockey season. This is a big year for the men's hockey team as they will be hosting the U Cup from March 16th to 19th. This is a season that has been a long time in the making and one for which Panther fans have waited patiently over the last few years. We will once again provide in-depth coverage of the team this season, along with taking a retrospective look at the team's 50-year history. We kick things off today with head coach Forbes McPherson. Forbes, thanks for joining us on today's segment.
Great to be here again, Norm.
All right. So Forbes, we talked a little bit in the intro about this is a big year for the men's program, hosting the U Sport March 16th to 19th. How excited are you about it, and what does that sort of mean to the program and to the players and everyone involved?
Yeah, I mean, obviously really excited. It's something we've been building towards for, you know, when you break down how long ago we first bid. It's been a long time. Yeah. We've gone through the bidding process many times, and now, you know, then we secured the bid and we won the bid. So we're obviously very excited. And then, of course, 2 years of COVID that postponed the event. So now it's here and we know we'll be hosting. And so now, you know, our season starts here Wednesday night and it's an exciting time for UPEI hockey.
Plans all in place?
Well, plans are in works for sure. You know, our committees are together and everybody's kind of digging into their specific areas. Yeah. You know, all hands on deck. We have a lot of people joining, a lot of people, familiar faces around Panther or men's hockey for many years, and some newcomers too that are adding their strengths to that event. And we want to make it a special event, not just a hockey tournament, but an experience for the players that are coming. For our players, for our alumni, and our supporters and fans. So we want to make it a big event.
Nice. So for the season get underway, a couple of preseason games, good victory against Ottawa, E03 win, 4-3 overtime win against Carleton, and a nail biter down against University of Maine Black Bears as well too. So what have you seen from the team early on in those 3 games about that, you know, that fans can sort of look forward to with the team this year?
You know, it feels like we're just getting back to the rink, but we've had so much happen already. You know, we've had, you know, just our initial days of fitness testing and training and skates and everything, and then we had that trip to Ottawa where we had it was just, you know, you couldn't have drew up a better trip.
Right.
You know, of course you like to win games, but above and beyond that, you know, we played well and we did some team building things, and you're just on the road together as a group. Yeah. So that came together really well, and then of course, you know, within the last, I guess it's 10 days now, we've gone through the hurricane experience where we've lost our ice, lost some time at the rink, and then we picked that back up at the end of last week, where we managed to scramble together a practice or two here, different rinks on PEI. And then we kind of took the show back on the road and went down to Maine. Got some practices in down there and had a real good exhibition game under just an amazing environment for exhibition. You know, they had 4,000 people there.
Cool. Just
really loud, energetic atmosphere. And it really felt like there was something on the line that night.
Wow.
And
that's preseason.
And it was preseason, and our players loved it. And you know, obviously we wanted to get a win, but the way we played very well, and so it sets us up well for the start of the regular season.
If you look at that kind of the adjustments that you've had to make, you know, adaptation and pivoting were kind of the buzzwords during COVID, right? You had the plans, plan A, plan B, plan C. Fiona presented its own sort of challenges. What kind of things has that presented for the team in terms of getting ready for this upcoming season?
Well, you know, obviously Fiona's been devastating to our community.
Right.
You know, when you drive around, and especially in the evenings when it's dark and the power's out in a lot of places and trees are hanging over streets and power lines everywhere, you know, I tried to describe it to people from away, and it's, you know, it feels like the apocalypse or you know, it's just such an eerie feeling. So, you know, when you put it in perspective of what's happened to our community, what's happened to farmers losing you know, their farms, and people without power losing everything in their fridges and everything, right? So everything you have to take in perspective. The good thing for us, when you look at things from a positive side, you know, we've already touched on this. We're very excited about hosting the Nationals this year.
Yeah.
But 2 weeks before the Nationals is Canada Games.
Right.
And we're actually going to be losing our facility during that Canada Games.
Right.
So we're going to be practicing in a lot of different rinks. You know, this morning we came here to the rink, we got dressed here, we drove to Cody Banks at 7 a.m., we practiced there. So it's a little bit of a, you know, this is what's coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
And this is how we're going to deal with it. So we can be miserable dealing with it, or we can be, you know, this is what it is.
Sure.
And there's a lot worse going around.
Yeah.
But at the end of the tunnel is the Nationals, and that's what all of this is about.
Yeah.
So, you know, I like that little taste of adversity.
Sure.
Right? To set the season up with attitude.
Sure.
And the guys have been great so far.
Well said. So Forbes, fans come to the games, they're going to see a lot of familiar faces, goaltending, very same as last year, a lot of familiar names up front, couple of little pieces added here and there in the back end. Can maybe you talk about some of the new faces that we'll see in the lineup this year?
Yeah, you touched on it. You know, going back to us securing the bid for 2021, we would have been a really young team.
Yeah.
Right? And now fast forward to 2023, a lot of those players, a lot of those faces are still here.
Sure.
So now we're kind of a little bit more of an experienced team. You know, even losing the ice during training camp, you know, if you're a younger team, it would have hurt that team a lot
Right.
more. You know, these guys are kind of used to how we want to play, used to our systems, used to our language. So that's been a positive as far as positive from a negative. So like you said, we've only added a couple new pieces this year. On the back end, we've added a local player that actually played with the major midget team here, and then moved up through major junior, and then played last year with the Caps, and that's Logan Kelly Murphy. So Logan's a real reliable, stay-at-home defenseman. He skates well, he moves well. He not necessarily plays
With dash.
defense with you know, physicality. It's more position, but he gets the job done, and you know, he's transitioned really well so far. He's a quiet guy, you know, not a lot said, just kind of takes care of business on the ice. We've also added Leon Denny, so he's a right-hand defenseman that, you know, there's a couple things that pop off the ice for me with him that I wasn't expecting. That's his physicality. So he likes to have the big hits, the open ice hits. When he goes to hit guys against the wall, he goes to punish guys, not just play the body. But he does a lot of things well. You know, he moves well for a bigger guy. He has a good shot, gets pucks on net. He has some good offensive instincts.
Good.
So he brings a lot to our team that we're still discovering, and you know, we'll see where Leon goes.
Right shot helps too.
Right shot helps. You know, every team is looking for right shot D, and you know, that's something that we were targeting. Obviously, losing Hetty. You're never going to replace a Hetty, but it's important to have that balance. At least in my perspective, some coaches it doesn't matter. I like to have that righty-lefty balance. And then up front, we've added a OHL player, Ryan Steppian, and you know, I've really liked what I've seen from him so far. He kind of came to us, you know, all the intel I had on him was his high skill level, which he does have. But so far he's shown a lot of compete, more compete than I was anticipating. Good. So I'm excited about that. He's been playing the Panther brand of hockey that we're used to, and he's been a nice fit so far.
Nice. Well, Forbes, I tell you what, it's great to be back. It's nice to have the team back in action, although we had to delay the home opener a little bit, so we're going to have a little bit of delayed gratification until October 14th when the boys kick it in the home opener. But listen, great to be back. Good luck with the season, and let's make it happen this year.
Sounds good, Schulte. We're excited.
All right.